Hey, good morning. It's a rather chilly morning here in northwest Reno. I'm right behind my house, and we got a little bit of snow last night, so I'm gonna probably keep my hands in my pocket a little more than I normally do. Today, I want to follow up a conversation I had yesterday on personal branding. I talked about the ABCs of creating an attitude about yourself using personal branding. And a friend of mine challenged me to give an example of how I use that for my own personal brand. So I'm going to give a shot at that. The ABCs, once again, are affect, how people feel about something, and the B is behavioral intention, what they intend to do, and the C is cognition. And those are the components of an attitude. When we evaluate something and form an attitude, we store them away in those three components. So, with my brand, let's start with the easy one. That's the behavioral intention, and that is also the most important one. If you look at my website, www.brettlsimmons.com, right on the front page, up in the top right corner, you're going to see my statement of purpose. And my statement of purpose says, I want to change your mind about the value of partnering with others. And that is the number one thing I want to accomplish through my brand, is to engage people, to have the opportunity to change their minds so that they can actually go out and themselves lead better and manage better. So that's the number one behavioral intention I have. If you look down the website, off in that right corner, you'll see a place where you can subscribe to my website and to my newsletter. That's the second thing I want you to do, is to come back and visit often. And another way I do that is I try to update my content almost daily. So I'm out there all the time updating stuff. If you look in the middle of my website, you're going to see my blog. And that's another way that I try to pull people in. I want them to have a reason to come to my website. I want them to read things that appeal to them. And then the other thing I want them to do is leave comments. I want to engage people in conversation. And I try to encourage that by posting their comments quickly and always trying to respond to a comment when it goes up, and thanking people for their input. So, and then the final thing I want to try to encourage people to do, if you look up in the other corner of my website, you'll see some of the things that I call my mission. Speaking, leadership training, stuff like that. So if you need a speaker, if you need someone to do leadership training, if you need some employee research in your organization, that's the other thing I want people to do, is to contact me. All right, so that's the behavioral intention part. To me, that's the easy part of my brand. The cognition part, what is it that I want people to think and believe about my brand? For me, the most important thing is that I want to be seen as a credible source of information. When they come to my blog, I want them to see someone who should have an informed opinion about things. And the process I use to get to my blog posts is a little bit differently. I try to back it up with research. And I also try to maybe push the limit on the stuff that I blog about, to talk about different things and not try to always tickle your ears and to just come deliver soft type stuff. So I want people to think of me as someone that is thoughtful, that's pushing the limits, that's challenging, and that's trying to back it up with an evidence-based approach. Okay, and then the feeling part. To me, that's the toughest part when I think about my brand, the feeling that I want to convey. But the two big feelings that I want to convey about my brand, especially as it pertains to my website, I want people to know that they are welcome, and then I want people to be comfortable as they come here. And again, if you look at my website, you get my big old mugshot up there smiling at you, and hopefully that's communicating the fact that I'm glad you're here. I want you to be here. Take some time to look around, read my stuff, and please leave me a comment at the end if you have something to say. So I want people to feel welcome. I want people to feel comfortable. I want people to feel pleased about what they're seeing, and I also want people to be challenged. I really do try to shake things up and try to move people out of their comfort zone. All right, so that's the ABCs of trying to create an attitude, and I use the example of my brand. So as you go out there and you brand yourself, think about the same thing. What are the behavioral intentions you want to produce in others? What do you want others to think about you, believe about you? That's the cognition part. And then how do you want others to feel about you? And again, remember, as you use social media, be consistent everywhere you go and in everything you do. Be authentic. I tell you to lead with value. Always start with your value equation and then build the personal aspect around it. All right, well, I hope your day is as beautiful where you are as it is here in Reno, Nevada, albeit a little bit chilly right now. It's going to be great later on today. Thanks for stopping by again. Once again, I welcome your comments. Please leave them at the end of this blog post. Thanks a lot.